Hey, what's going on, guys? Just wanted to do a quick little update of some of the things that I've done to my truck recently. Major upgrades for me. Again, this is something that I'm kind of working on as I go. I do have more plans for this truck in the future. Eventually, I'd like to get a long travel kit for this truck from Dirt King, but for right now, just kind of needed something that performs a little better than what these trucks normally come stock with. This is 07 Silverado. I've had it for a while, and it's been good. You know, I've done some upgrades to like the motor to make it more reliable, because these do come with a AFM system. You know, the active fuel management system, which is crap, and it just causes these to drop lifters and just fail on you. So it is a V8 at all times. So you know, I'm kind of glad about that, but for the most part, it performs well. So yeah, I'll get down to it. Last video I uploaded about my truck, I mentioned that I wanted to get better upper control arms to go with the suspension that I got for this truck. Well, the coilovers, the Fox coilovers, and I finally got them. I ended up going with some Dirt King tubular upper control arms. These guys here are great. They definitely help out with off-road performance and better alignment. You do get a little bit more travel with these, so they're definitely worth the money, and they are serviceable. They have greased fittings right there in the back, and the ball joint that comes in here also has a greased fitting. It's under this cap right here, but you could take that off and you could always grease it if you need to. But another cool thing about these upper control arms is, besides, you know, the little more travel that you get and better alignment, is that the bushings that these come with, they're not rubber. I can't pronounce the name of the other material, the material these are made out of, but it is a whole lot better than rubber. They do perform better, and you could rebuild these if you needed to. You know, once they start wearing out, there's no need to buy new ones. You could just always swap out the ball joint and the bushings on these guys. So that's always a plus for me, being able to do something like that. Cost effective, you know. The kind of ball joint that these come with is a Moog heavy duty ball joint. They sell that at pretty much any auto parts store, and it's a pretty good ball joint. So if you ever need to replace it, then the ability to get a new one is very high. So you know, it's always a plus. I believe it's a heavy duty ball joint, but the model name is the Problem Solver. So yeah, these are fairly easy to install. You will have to cut the factory droop stop right there on the frame. Just, you know, have a grinder ready, cut it off. So, because if not, the upper control arm will hit the droop stop, and it could be potentially bad. So you don't want that, so you do need to remove it. But it'll be worth it. Again, those don't really do much besides the factory upper control arms. You know, it just keeps them from destroying it themselves if they like travel a little too much. But yeah, highly recommend these guys. These upper control arms are great. They're made in the US, so why not support a company that makes stuff here at home still, you know? These definitely go well with these Fox 2.0 coilovers that I have on this truck. Definitely a difference from stock suspension, and these shocks do lift the truck about 2 inches in the front out of the box. So it's definitely better to have something, an upper control arm that's aftermarket, if you're gonna lift the truck, so you could have better geometry for alignments and just better performance overall. So the next thing that I went with is a skid plate from Mazzula Offroad. This skid plate here covers really well, keeps, you know, rocks or mud or anything from kicking up in the engine. Definitely protects it pretty good from the front. It looks great also, by the way. This is the upgraded, the newer skid plate. The other one they had Missoula cross cut, like right about there. So this is just a little bit upgraded logo that they have. It's aluminum, and it's pretty thick, so it will offer pretty good protection, you know. And not only from the front, but from the sides as well. As you can see, it has some sheets right there, so definitely keep your truck protected when you're out there. Definitely recommend it. I did throw these ditch lights here, or I believe they're called ditch lights. I don't know. I've always liked the look of these lights on trucks, and I've always wanted to get some of these. These are just cheap lights I got from Amazon. They're not too expensive. I believe I paid for the lights $40 or so. And I use these brackets I got from Amazon as well. These brackets here pretty much go right under where the hood goes, 2 screws, and they just come up and throw your lights on there. I do have a wiring harness for these guys, so it makes things a lot easier. The wiring harness comes with its own, relay and switch and whatnot, so that definitely a plus. But yeah, these are pretty good. I like the way they perform. They're really bright, so no need to spend a lot of money on these. For what you pay for them, you get a lot out of them. So yeah, you can throw some of these lights on your truck. Take these guys out for sure. But yeah, all in all, I'm pretty happy with how this truck's turning out. Like I said, I want to turn this into a long travel pre-runner eventually. For the time being, all these things that I've done to it definitely made it work a lot better than it was before. I don't really go off-roading a whole lot. Every now and then I do take some back roads to go places, but I just wanted something a little nicer, so I went and got, for a few grand, I went and did some updates to this truck, because buying a new vehicle now is just almost impossible with how high the payments are and how expensive they are. So why not upgrade what I have, Yeah, I think next up for this truck is definitely a better bumper in the back. Right now I just have the stock bumper on this guy, and yeah, I would like to get one of the pre-runner style bumpers, like the one from Dirt King or Missoula. I don't know which one I'm gonna go with right now, but for the time being, I have just a stock guy on there. But yeah, this truck, it's definitely turned out great. It's been really reliable. I've had this truck for a few years and done some major upgrades to it, so should definitely last a long time. I have about 150,000 miles on this truck, but if I ever do blow the motor or whatever, I think I'd definitely go with something a little bit more beefier, like a 6.0 or something like that. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about the stuff that I've done to this truck, if you need any guidance or anything, just let me know in the comments, and definitely be glad to pitch in my thoughts and help you out, build something like this.